Okay, welcome to Accounting for Managers. Since it's Accounting for Managers, now the logical question will be, do you want to be a manager? And if the answer is yes, then what do you need to know and what do you need to learn in order to be a manager? The next question will be, what kind of manager you want to be? Do you want to be good manager or you want to be just manager? Because if you want to be a good manager, then you have to learn and study harder than just a manager. And then you have to answer yourself another question. What's the difference between the manager and the good manager? But that question, I'm going to leave it to you. And depends of who you want to be and how you see yourself in the future. That's how you should approach this course. Because you can learn a lot of useful things through this course in order to be a very good manager. If you want to be exceptional manager, then you have to put some more effort. If you spend a little bit time, if you invest of your time in this course, the outcome is going to be very useful for you for pretty much the rest of your life. I had this very interesting experience in the neighborhood that I used to live. There was one guy who's running his own store. Like he was selling glasses and all this crystal kind of stuff. So one day we're talking and he told me this. In my next life, before I think of anything else, the first thing that I'm going to do is to become an accountant. And then I'm going to open my business. So let's see what you're going to face in this course. First, that's a welcome page. Probably you already see it. There was a mistake from my side. I posted here wrong date. I posted last week, April 4th. I guess I was eager to see you earlier than everybody else. But unfortunately, that wasn't the truth. So I have to change it to April 11th. I know few people came in the campus. I appreciate that. It's well noted. It's not gonna live unrewarded. You have here, what you can have is, you have this accounting 099, which is available for you to provide you with some foundational accounting concepts, debit and credits mostly. I strongly encourage you, again, invest some of your time and spend a little bit on this course. It's for your personal purposes. It's not a mandatory, however, and there's no marks there. You're not going to get any credits, but it's good for you. So again, I strongly encourage you to go over that course. Now, once you see these announcements and everything that says here, you can go to the content. And under the content, you're going to see everything that you have to do in this course. So here, as you can see on this side, you have two sections of the Brightspace. Probably if you're familiar with the Brightspace, you're going to find this boring, but I'm assuming you don't know anything about the Brightspace, so I'm going to go over. You have two sections. You have the left side and you have the right side. On the right side are all the activities. And they're structured in some kind of content, tab of content, right? On the left side, you're going to see the outline, or if you want just brief explanation, every single combined together activities in terms of weeks. So if you scroll down, you're going to see all the activities here for each week until the end of the course. Everything is here. Now, however, you can see the same thing, but structured in the small pieces under this tab of content. So if you click course and overview, you're going to see only the course and overview materials. Everything that's related to course and overview materials. If you click on the rubrics, you're going to see only the rubrics. Number here shows how many documents you have under this section of the table of content. So for example, in week 1, you have 9 documents. In week 2, you have 8 documents, and so forth and so forth. In total, for the entire course, you have 125 documents, or 125 single pieces. Do you have to go through all of them? Obviously not, but it's encouraging you to do that. So if you click here on content, tab of content, you're gonna see all the 125 things that you have to do through the semester. If you click on one single section, you're gonna see only the things that are under that section. That being said, let's go to the course overview syllabus. First document that you're gonna see is this document, which is the course outline. This course outline is technically the contract between you and the service provider. What you're going to see in this course, what are the learning outcomes of this course, what are the main topics that's going to be discussed, what kind of assessment you're going to have, how much is that assessment worth, and how your marks going to come. So as you can see, in this course, you're going to have 3 quizzes. First quiz worth 10%, second quiz worth 10%, the third quiz worth 15%, total 35%. You're going to have one individual assignment, which worth 20%. You have one group project, which you're going to be assigned by the group from me, and that's going to work for 25%. Then you're going to have assignments. Each week there's assignment. On that assignment, the maximum points that you can get for every single assignment is 1%. Combined for the 10 weeks, that's maximum 10%. And there will be asynchronous learning activities. Again, you have each week you have one activity. That's gonna give you a total of 10% of your marks. And that's how you're gonna get your marks up to the 100%. You can download this by clicking here, not that one. You can go down, scroll down to the document, and you can see download. And you can download it and you have it as part of your documents for the course. I strongly suggest you to start creating a file with the documents for every course that you're taking. And you can structure it by weeks. So that's the first document under the course overview syllabus. Then you're going to see those detailed syllabus. If you click on the detailed syllabus, it's going to give you again about the course, but a little bit more explanation about the course. For example, what's the course number? What's the section you are? Who is your instructor? How can you see your instructor? On which link you can see your instructor? And what's the course outline? If you click here, course outline, it's going to transfer directly to the previous document that we just saw. Or maybe not. No, it doesn't work, but technically it should be go there. Then you're going to see here the course structure and approach. How we're going to start what's the first part of the course? The first part of the course we're going to talk about is financial accounting. In the second part of the course, we talk about managerial accounting. How exactly everything is going to go to the semester, on what material quiz 1 is going to cover, when it's going to be in the class during the week 4. Quiz 2 will be during the class on the week 8. Quiz 3 will be during the class in week 11, which is the last week. Then you're going to have that assignments again, 20%, group case, On the group case, you're going to have two components. You have to write report and you have to record presentation. And that's going to give you 25%. Then you have those online exercises, which are the assignments, each every week. And then you have those Brightspace discussion learning, which is those asynchronous learning activities. For every discussion that you complete, you're going to get 5%. And then you have to self-assess yourself for another 5%. Once you do those activities, it will be up to me to give you those 5%. So basically, I'm going to monitor those discussions. And every time when you miss the discussion, I'm going to give you, hey, you're losing this, you're losing that. Late assignments. On the late assignments is perfect way you to lose percentages. What will be, how much you're going to lose? 10% for every day delay. So do not procrastinate, do the assignments on the due date. You're going to have the access to the textbook, and you have to purchase that textbook. What do you need for these courses? You're going to need this financial calculator. I'm going to tell you exactly how to get it. And then there will be additional optional resources, which is the publication manual for 7th edition. And this is if you want to see the grading rubric, you can click here. You're going to see the grading rubric, which will be the final grades, how the final grades going to come up and what letters matching to which percentage of completion of the course and the activities during the course. Then you're going to see this weekly schedule that you're going to have. And there will be a lot of activities here. Try to follow the activities. I'm going to encourage you to follow the activities. I'm going to remind you about those activities so it can be on the top of the material rather than start falling behind. Again, don't forget, on week 4, we're going to have the quiz one, which will be held in class, and week 4, by my calculation, will be on May 2nd. Then on week 8, you're going to have another quiz, which by my calculation, that should be May 30th. And the last quiz that you're going to have held in class is on June 20th. By my calculation, that should be week 11. You're going to have submission on the individual assignment, which will be on May 14th. And then you're going to have a group submission, which the due date will be June 21st. And that's the detailed syllabus for this course. The last thing that left here, this is the link for the online lectures. Once you click here, you're going to see this message that please use the link below for the online lectures on Tuesdays. So every Tuesday, in order to come here and to listen and having this conversation and discussion with me, you have to click on this link. It's going to transfer directly here on this Zoom environment. Yes, I'm still using Zoom. I find it a little bit more easy for me to do it. There's another accounting for managers. Here is the explanation, a little bit welcome, and there's instructor details and office hours if you're interested. Now, what else you have here? You have those rubrics. Rubrics contain 3 documents: teamwork rubric, business memo rubric, self-assessment rubric. So what is in each of them? Once you click the teamwork, what you're going to see here is, let's wait till the loading. This is the assessment of group work, teamwork. The maximum points that you're going to have is the 100%. And you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 gradings, scales, which is beginning, developing, competent, and mastery. This will be the grading rubric for your group assignment. When it comes to the group assignment, that's how you're going to get your marks. Close to perfection you are, higher marks you're going to get. The other rubric here is, let's go to the rubrics again. And the other, you have the business memo rubric. The business memo rubric will be how your business memo will be evaluated. You're going to have two components, content and the presentation. For the content, in order to be excellent, you have to have everything here. For the presentation, in order to get the highest possible marks, you have to be on this level. The maximum points that you can get is 20. And let's go to the last rubric, which is the last rubric here is the self-assessment rubric, which I want you to do, and I want you to submit. You to evaluate yourself, you have to evaluate yourself and give yourself a grades based on this rubric. And you have to assess yourself on two components, punctuality and the quality. This will be self-reflection of how you see and how happy you are with yourself during the course. And this is how you're going to come up with the percentage. Okay, that's the rubrics. Let's see that the assignments that you have to do is, rather than quizzes, is the individual assignment, as you remember. And you're going to have here on the individual assignment, it's not posted yet. I'm going to post it for you when it's become available. You got the document about the artificial intelligence policy for the course, and you're going to have a sample of the business memo template. Strongly encourage you to look at those one. You're going to have a library for APA Hangouts and why the Grammarly provides different percentage similarity to tutoring, some additional documents for you, if you're interested to look. Then comes with the group project. This group project, the group project, the cases are not released yet, but at this point you have the sample business report and there you have the group case rubric. At some point I'm going to post you the individual assignment grade rubric as well, so you know what you have to do in order to get your marks. The textbook, you can find it here in this section. This is your resources. There's additional information here, how you can get a textbook, how to purchase the discount purchase of the textbooks and everything related to the textbook. And after you finish this, then you're going to the week 1, 2, 3, and 4, up the way to week 11. After each week, you're going to have different activities. You're going to have a checklist. You have materials which you need to cover during the week. You have section which says modules. On that modules, you're going to see some notes and answer to the notes. And you're going to see the sources which we're going to discuss today, the PowerPoints that I have to cover today. Next thing that you're going to see is the link to your assignment, which is your weekly assignment. So the other thing that you're going to see every time when we have an online lecture, and every time when we meet each other online on Tuesdays, there will be a discussion. what I want you to do is click on this discussion and answer the question. Nothing more, nothing less. Just answer the question, which is the highlighted in black. Once you answer the question, then I can have a proof that you actually attended the lecture. And then you can get your attendance. The other way to get your attendance is to monitor you constantly through the Zoom to see who is here, who is not, which will be a little bit more difficult for me. But anyway, I'm going to do that double checking. But what I want you to do, just to make sure that you have a proof and you have a proof and you confirm that you're here, go to this discussion and answer the questions. Once you answer the question, I'm going to have enough evidence that you've been here. Okay, there's a question. Go for it now.
Are we to answer that question right now while the class is going on?
Sorry?
Are we going to answer that question, the discussion question, while the class is going on now?
Discussion question? Yes, yes.
Oh.
Please go there. Are you in the bright space right now?
No, I just know I'm on this Zoom. I will have to go there.
Yeah, open a new window. If you're in front of your computer, open the new window and go there and try to answer that question. If you're not currently, you don't have access to internet right now, you can do it after the lecture. Okay.
Another question I wanted to ask, Professor, this FACC 099 course that you encourage us, I don't know how to access it. Where do we get that course from?
That's a very good question, which I don't have answer either. I was trying to locate that course. I know it's in the used to be in Moodle, but let me find a little bit more information, and I'm probably gonna have answer for you for the Thursday.
Okay, thank you,
right?
sir.
So let's go here down let's keep going here and see what else you can get. So far we went in the bright space, we went to my home, where you can find the course. Then we went to the content, which we saw. Let's see the next section, which says assignments. On the assignments, you're gonna see all the assignments, all the due dates for the assignments. Again, you have individual assignment, you have a group project, writing part, you're gonna have presentation, group feedback, and discussion post over the self-assessment. Those are the 3 assignments that you have to complete. Now, what else you have here? You have quizzes. You have only one quiz available here, which is on the week 5. That's something new, which is part of your assignment. It's called quiz, but it's part of the assignment. Technically, you're going to have only 3 quizzes, which are held in class. We're going to do those quizzes in class. What's going to be the content in the quiz? I'm going to give you some ideas probably next Tuesday, sorry. Then you're going to see different things, groups. I don't think I'm going to do these groups, but you can see here discussions. On the discussion here, you're going to have every possible discussion that is for marks. And you can see here the weekly discussion for week 1. That is for marks. If you don't answer this one, then I cannot give you that 5%. In order to get the maximum of the 5% that's given by the instructor, I want you to go to these discussions and answer the questions. Some of the discussions require a little bit more reading, a little bit more answering, but those are marked on the completion. Again, for every week, you're gonna have a discussion. Those are discussion for the marks. Now for the attendance, discussion for the attendance, those are only for attendance. That's how you're gonna get your attendance on every Tuesday. Let's unhide this one. I know why it's hidden. All the discussions should be available for you so you can see them. If you don't see any discussions for the attendance, let me know and I'm gonna make them visible. They should be, everything should be correct now. That's for the attendance. So now if you go up, and the next thing is class progress. That's how many of the activities you already completed. So from here, I can see where you are on the completion of the activities. Out of 110 activities that you have, somebody already completed 5, somebody completed 15. And that's one way for me to see your progress. The class list is here, the grades. Last thing is the grades. The grades, so far you're clean. You're on the 0 right now. At the end of the semester, you're gonna have here some final grades, which are gonna give you an idea where you are at the marks for the course. Again, the grades gonna come from quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3. You're gonna have your individual assignment that's give you 20%. You're gonna have a group project report that's gonna give you 25%. You have the assignments on the weekly assignments, 1 all the way to 10. Discussion post self-assessment. And that was IDP assessment, which is award for 5%. And that's where your marks are coming from. Yes, there's a question.
Yes. Hi, Professor. So
Hi.
I had a question regarding the self-assessment form for the discussion posts. So it should be done post all the discussions end in the
At the end of
while.
the course, yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
The self-assessment, you do this here, this is a post self-assessment. You're doing it at the end.
At the end, after all the
At the
discussions.
end, yes.
Okay, thank
The
you.
due date is June 19th, so I'll suggest you to do it. I'll remind you probably on the lecture that we're going to have on the 13th. June 13th,
Okay.
I'm going to remind you that you have to submit your self-assessment. Right? That will
Sure.
be the week before we're doing the final quiz.
Okay.
So that will be the week 10.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Yes, there's another question.
Yes, Professor. With regards to textbook, I've been trying to get the textbook, but they said there's a code you are supposed to give to us.
Sorry? What they say?
There's supposed to be a code. You're supposed to give us the code. So
You have to purchase, I believe you have to purchase the code. But for the access, please check, there's also textbook information video. Check the video first and see what exactly they're explaining. And if you have a problem, either send me email to me with the detailed description. I can forward it directly to Wiley. Either if you have problem with the registration itself, I would strongly suggest you to send email to the school, because they're the one who dealing with the textbook directly.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's with the course administration and everything that I wanted you to see. Any questions on the course delivery format on the, yes.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
How to submit the weekly discussions answer from the
Weekly discussions?
and that what are your expectations from this course, the questions and then answer
Right.
for that evening?
So what you can do is go to the discussions or go to the weekly activities.
Okay.
Once you go to the week 1 activity, scroll all the way down, and you're going to see discussion for the attendance and the weekly discussion.
And where to submit the answer?
Or once you click on the weekly discussion,
Mm.
you're going to see something like this. So what you have to do, you have to start a thread.
Mm.
Once you start a thread, you're going to post your answers for those questions.
But in this week, we have to post the questions. What are your expectations from this course?
The first one is the first discussion for the expectation of this course. You can submit it right now. This again, I'm going to use this discussion as a proof that you attended today's lecture.
Okay.
And based on your submission here, if you go and submit, you see some people already submitted. So now they showing me that they actually been in the lecture, so I can easily give you the attendance.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Professor.
Good morning, Ashton.
I just have a doubt regarding the deadlines for the day for the weekly and the daily discussion for attendance. When is the deadline? Like, is it end of Tuesday?
Which one? For the attendance, the submission should be during the lecture.
All right, and the weekly?
On the
And
weekly assignments, always gonna tell you where the due date is. So if you go down, you're gonna see the week on this weekly discussion for week 1 is due on Tuesday, midnight of the week 2nd.
Oh,
So,
okay, all right.
So what that means is that will be next week, next Tuesday
Okay.
at 11.
All right, thank you.
Everything is, I believe everything is clearly communicated with you. So there will be no, as you can see, week 2, the deadline is Tuesday. For the weekly discussion, always the deadline is so we're going to start Tuesday, that's not now we're week 1. So the daily discussions that you have to, weekly discussion that you have to do are usually the next Tuesday at midnight. So you're going to have 1 week from our online lecture until next Wednesday.
Excuse me, sir. Can I have one question?
Yes.
Yeah, in my student portal, in discussion, there is not shown that a discussion for attendance.
There's no discussion for attendance.
Yeah.
So I want you to do, what I want you to do is go to week 1.
Week 1, I have gone, but there is no.
Scroll down, and there should be discussion for attendance, Tuesday, April 9, 2024.
I haven't discussed, but there is only questions for what were some interesting financial accounting concepts that came in week 1.
You're seeing only this discussion, you don't see this?
In my portal, there is no weekly discussion for attendance.
No, it's not weekly. It should be discussion for attendance, Tuesday, April 9, 2024. How many of you cannot see this? Is there anyone else who cannot see it? Or you, all of you seeing it?
We can see it, Professor.
You can see it?
Yeah, even I can see it, Professor. We have it. I can see it.
So, if you Palmi, yes, if you cannot see it, that's fine. Let's try on Thursday, on your computer, when you have the computer in the classroom.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we can open it and see what's going on.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay. Okay, any other questions about all the course structure and all the course delivery? Another thing that I want you to pay attention to is the due dates for the assignments. Every assignment in Wiley, sorry, not this one. Let me stop sharing this one and share the new screen. I believe this is the right screen. Once you click on week 1, you're gonna see your weekly assignment under the assignments. And that's in Wiley. So when you click on this one, it's gonna transfer you to the new environment once you purchase the book and once you have anything. And then you can open the assignment. Those assignments, they have a questions, multiple choice questions and some other questions, which I want you to go over and answer those ones. You can do it usually after the lecture, so there should be no problem with you after the lectures. So wait for the lecture to finish, and once the lecture finish, you can go for it. If some of you are comfortable with, you can easily go and start doing those assignments. You can save it your work, you can go back and you can leave it, and then you can go back and complete your assignments. You can go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with those assignments. You don't have to do it at once. Okay, that's for everything on the course organization. Any other questions that you might ask me about the course delivery, syllabus, any administration work?
Good morning, Professor.
Good morning.
Yes, I would like to ask, when is the deadline for the week 1 assignment that you had just recently said?
On the Wiley?
No,
saw
right
which?
now, you just said the week 1 assignment.
On the week
Weekly
1 assignment?
assignment.
Yes, on the assignment
Yes.
in Wiley? You mean on Wiley?
Actually, I was trying to answer the attendance, so I missed the details of the discussion that
On the
you mentioned
discussion?
about
So
recently.
usually, so let's go back.
Okay, thank you.
No problem, no problem. Let me see which one this one is. So for the, once you click on the again on the every week, try to scroll down and you're gonna see weekly assignment 1. Once you go to the assignment, you're gonna see the due date on that assignment. So I encourage you to register and start checking the due dates on those assignments. And for the weekly discussion, usually the due date is the following Tuesday of the week. So the week 1, the due date will be Tuesday on week 2. Week 2 will be Tuesday on week 3. And in that relation is going to go all the way to the end.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? I believe at this point everything should be clear. So let's stop this recording.